Hey guys, hope you are all well in these crazy and uncertain times, but I hope you are losing yourself in the magical world of gaming. And on that note of gaming, today I'll be reviewing Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima's latest game and his first from his own game studio. Now when I say latest, it has been out a little over a year, but I didn't have a YouTube channel then, so I'm doing a review now. But Death Stranding to me is not just a game, but something to just be experienced, as not many games can be classed as a true gaming experience, and Death Stranding is definitely a gaming experience, and a great one at that. But I'll explain why I think why it's a phenomenal game. Your opinion may differ, and probably a lot. A lot of people online call it a walking simulator or a DPD simulator, but that is so far from the truth. There is a great story, great characters, great gameplay, great direction from Hideo as always, combat similar to Metal Gear Solid 5, there's weapons, there's vehicles, structures to create, not to mention the items that are crucial to traverse in the world, like ropes, ladders, shoes, yes, shoes, hovering platforms to carry things on, exoskeletal frames for your legs that can boost speed or increase lift load. But what is Death Stranding about? Well, after a cataclysmic event known as the Death Stranding, the world is fractured and what's left of civilization is detached and isolated. Scary-ass spirits called BTs roam around within time-degrading timefall rain, which will rapidly age organic life as it touches it, and also rapidly degrade any materials it comes into contact with. There's also the cargo stealing wanktards called mules that attack any porters they see or detect. And on the note of porters, that's where Sam Porter Bridges comes in, portrayed by The Walking Dead and Blade 2 star Norman Reedus, very well I might add. He undertakes a mission to reconnect America and also save his sister, who was captured by Higgs, a very disturbed and unhinged man portrayed by the always awesome Troy Baker. Film director Guillermo del Toro also lends his likeness to a character called Deadman, who helps you along your journey, as well as the awesome characters Mama, Hartman, and Die Hardman. And Conan O'Brien for some reason. Mads Mikkelsen's character Cliff will also pop up from time to time for some very cool moments, which I will not spoil in this review. Fragile is a woman that can travel through the beach to sort of teleport herself and anyone she touches between she's the closest thing that Sam has to a friend in this game, and explaining her powers is very difficult, and the beach without you playing it. And basically the beach is a sort of like a plane between life and death. So yeah, the story really needs to be played out and for you to experience it in order to fully understand it. I could try, but I'll be here all day. It moves along at a great steady pace, and the world, characters and plot unfold continuously in ways that I didn't expect. It does start off very slow though, which is a negative. It's not a negative to me, but I can see and appreciate why it would be a negative for a lot of other people. It didn't bother me, but if you're into more sort of fast, action-heavy games that start off with a big old bang, this isn't it. Death Stranding is very much a slow burn. If you've played Metal Gear Solid 5, then you'll be very familiar with the way Sam handles here. It's pretty much the same, except there's a lot of physics-based traversal. You can manage the equipment and packages you carry to fit on Sam's arms, legs and his backpack, all affecting your balance. You use the triggers on the controller and hold the left or right or both to prevent Sam from toppling over. The ground will also, he can trip up over things that you would realistically trip up over, and he can tumble and fall down slopes that are really too steep to ever climb down. The core gameplay loop is taking something from point A to point B, but in between and on that, the journey of it, that's where things get a little bit spicy. Like I mentioned earlier, BTs, spectral beings, randomly appear in the timefall and can only be navigated safely by the use of your bridge baby, or BB. A baby that's a little character in its own right. Most see a BB as just a tool, but Sam forms a connection and relationship with his that feels organic and very touching, and it's great to see it play out. The BB will also panic and cry if you fall over and knock him about, so then you have to soothe him by holding him and using the motion controls of your PlayStation 4 controller to rock him gently back to sleep. Eventually, you'll also get a cool knife that will allow you to cut the BT's umbilical cord that attaches it to our world, removing them as a threat. Oh yeah, ghost-like beings that are attached to our world via a ghostly umbilical cord. Shit gets weird, man. If you, however, try to blitz past the BTs, they'll come for you in horrific fashion and drag you through tar-like substance to fight a mini-boss, which will either be a giant whale or a squid or something even worse. Yeah, I told you, weird. The boss fights are optional, you can fight them if you want, or you can just get out of dodge and just run away. You also gain the ability to customize your gear by color, unlock cosmetic accessories like glasses, hats and hoods for Sam, exchange the color of things, you know, whatever you want. All my shit is green. You can also craft handguns, assault rifles, shotguns, missile launchers, grenade launchers that all use real rounds or Sam's blood. Blood is replenished via blood bags that can be attached to Sam, and as you increase the capacity of your backpack, you can have extra pouches, and you can choose which pouches you have, so you can equip more things, more grenades, more blood bags, whatever you want. You can even, for some weird reason, wang grenades full of blood, wee, or poop at the enemies, which is odd, but effective, I might add. And like I mentioned earlier, vehicles that you can craft, they're all pretty cool and they can handle really well. The shoes are a necessity because Sam's shoes will wear out as he traverses around. The exo frames for his legs will help a load. There's ropes, ladders, so much more to craft. I'm not going to spoil any more of it here because there is just so much more to this game than just a walking simulator, and that's what I wanted to portray in my review. The areas that Sam has to traverse differ from region to region, from grasslands to rocky mountainsides, snowy tundras, destroyed cities, a deep, dense, lush forest. And the game is stunning, by the way. The motion capture is phenomenal and the game just looks amazing. The gameplay of Death Stranding is so much more than just a FedEx simulator. I cannot stress this enough. There is action there, there's boss fights, side quests that will even take you into enemy bases, structures to build, and as an added bonus, things you utilize things you build can be utilized by other players. Items dropped by you or other players can be delivered by you or them, finishing off yours or their missions. You can leave messages for people, warning them about things. The ropes you leave or they leave, ladders, roads that can be built together, the vehicles that are left, zip lines. It's an awesome multiplayer feature, and it is so cool. Yeah, you can't see anyone, but you can leave a like on their stuff, and you can just interact with people in such a great way. Death Stranding certainly isn't perfect, and it's definitely not for everyone. However, if you do have a PlayStation 4 or 5 and have not given Death Stranding a bash, I urge you to do so. It knows what it wants to be and nails what it is. It just works. It feels like you're playing out a really cool, very interesting movie, and is a gaming experience like no other. Seriously, Death Stranding is a game like there is no other game like it. The only thing that's similar is Metal Gear 5, and that's just with the way that Sam moves. But as it's Hideo Kojima that headed this project, that's understandable. The only negatives I can muster up myself through my playthrough is that it's a bit slow here and there is one instance of major ass backtracking. But I had fun with it either way, because as I was super unprepared and had no shoes and was trying to get from one end of America to the other in flip-flops. Whilst being chased by some scary ass lion-looking BTs, it wasn't the best way I could have travelled, but I did it. That's the main thing. I found a bike and I ran like a girl. But if that's the only negatives I can pull out from it, then that's great. Death Stranding from me gets a 10 out of 10. Most definitely, this was a game that I'm so glad that I took the lunge, because I didn't buy it at release. I waited and I saw reviews and I could just see all this weirdness about it, so I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to give it a go, and I'm so glad I did. And the best part is, like most recent releases of gaming from all different studios, Hideo Kojima did not lie. He did not falsely advertise his game, and he and his team made the game they set out to make. When it released, it was just... It was great. I encountered no bugs, no glitches. It looked, like I said earlier, it looks beautiful and has a very somber and great soundtrack which kicks in at random moments and really adds to the atmosphere of the world. And like I said, the cutscenes are awesome. They are so well directed. It feels like a film, and the actors did a phenomenal job of portraying the characters, both with their voice and their motion capture. So please, if you haven't, give it a go. Whether you get it cheap or for free, it's definitely worth your time. But thank you very much for watching this review. Please like the video if you like the video. If you would like to leave a comment and let me know what you think of Death Stranding, or if you're going to give it a go, I'd love to talk to you about it. And please consider subscribing for more gaming content. I will also be announcing a big ass giveaway that I'm going to be doing once I reach 1,000 subscribers, and it will be the first of many giveaways. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time.